We should probably make up like a
We should put what makes you beautiful as the intro of this.
or what's the bun in your oven? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of What's in Your Oven. Today, a bun's in our oven. If you know what I'm saying, we're going to talk about children.
We are not pregnant.
Yes, we are not. I'm not good. I'm a virgin. Anyways, yeah, that's what normal people talk about on podcasts. But we're gonna talk about different things, as in like different stages of development for children. I'm sorry.
We watched First Graders.
Yes, we did. We not in a creepy way. We're not pedophiles.
I might be.
maybe she is. I'm not. I do love children though.
Not in the weird way.
Okay. So when observing, I did realize that some of the kids showed industry and inferiority by Erik Erikson. He's the one that came up with this one. It's like when they develop like a sense of pride. There was this one time that I went up to this little group. They were making little shapes and stuff like that. Out of different shapes, we had to like give them 10 little triangles and then squares and so on. And there's these two boys, and I went up to them and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool shape. What is it?" And he was like, "No, it's not a shape. It's a monkey." And I was like, "Oh, look nothing like a monkey." And so I was like, "Oh, that looks awesome." He's like, "Yeah, the mouse here." And then the other kid's like, "No, the mouse down here." And I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." And they're like, "Yeah, we're really proud of it." And they didn't even like, both of them were like, no, this is the mouth. And he's like, "No, this is the mouth." And I'm like, "Guys, it looks great. Love it." I'm so proud of you. But they were just so ecstatic about their monkey. And then they ended up destroying it, and then they were proud of that too. So, yeah. So that's one of the. I showed industry and inferiority, and I thought that was awesome. Too hard for me, dude. Too hard.
I noticed when I was helping out the first graders with some math, they were struggling in like the zone of proximal development, which is by Lev Vygotsky. Basically, it is like a circle. Like a target.
Yeah.
And the first ring is the learner can't do like the thing that they're going towards without help. And then the second ring is they can do it with help. And then the middle, like the bullseye, is they can do it all by themselves, like no help at all.
Right.
And so basically I was helping out this table of first graders with their math, and I noticed this one girl who was struggling pretty heavily with it. And I would say that she was probably in like the first zone or like maybe teetering between them, but the rest of the kids were either right on the edge of the second zone. And then there was this one boy who had it done in 5 seconds. Like he was in the middle, right on.
Yeah, and some of them are kind of like in between. I remember I had like there was this one kid that I was helping like just on and off. I would just pass by him, and I helped him at first, and then he just kind of got it, and then there was like a few times where he needed a little bit of help. But other than that, he was like right in between those two sections.
Yeah.
But moving on, I also observed the latent period from Sigmund Freud. So hey, it looks like we both have a Sigmund Freud latent period. So may as well do them. Yeah, so we can both do them here. So for this, they work with friends or are more focused on friendships instead of like opposite sex like sort of things. Not to be homophobic, but like that usually at this age they're looking they're not looking for a romantic partner.
Yeah.
So I noticed this when like Mrs. Gillespie was always like, "Okay, get a partner." It's always like two boys are together and they go around the room to find something. Like she said, they were learning about it was like what was it? It was like a cone. They had to find a cone
And a
and a
sphere.
sphere and stuff like that. And they all like partnered up with their quote unquote best friends or whatever, and they were all like a boy and a boy and a girl and a girl. It was never like a boy and a girl. And if it was a boy and a girl, it was like they were like,
it was really awkward.
yeah, they were like, don't touch me, please. You have cooties. Ah, cooties. Okay, anyways. But yeah, I noticed that heavily. They really just gravitate towards their friends. So you have an example of that as well. So.
Yeah, piggybacking off of that, I saw that they were more focused on learning rather than trying to pursue romantic relationships.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I noticed that when they were like learning their math skills.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them were like there were some kids who were talking with their friends and stuff, but they were definitely more focused on the learning aspect of it. Especially like when we walked in the classroom and they were doing their temperature of the day or the question of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really into that. My last one that I noticed is pre-operational stage by Jean Piaget. This is the stage where they kind of struggle to see others' point of view and only think like concrete terms. My example of this is like when they're doing brain breaks, they have this like little video or whatever, and it's like this or that. And it was like, I don't know, something like a different candy and then Smarties. And I said, I really don't like Smarties. And like one kid like looked at me like I was literally a foreign object or something.
If you don't agree with them, man, they're gonna hate you.
Oh yeah, no,
for
they
the rest
do.
Of their
they
young
do,
life.
and they're also like the concrete terms. This wasn't in the classroom, but I met this kid, and he was just so outgoing. He was not afraid of me at all. He had never met me before, and I just like, it was for my my dry needling, and I went up, and he like comes right up to me, he's like right in my face, and he's like, "What color is your car?" And I'm like, "It's gold." And he's like, "Can I see it? I want to see." And like he opens the door and looks, he's like, "It is gold." And then he comes back. I was just like, wow, this kid. And then he's like, "Are you a fast one on the track team?" And I'm like, I hope so. I don't know. I just thought it was really awesome that he was asking just such concrete questions. He's like, "What is this? What is this?" Like he just wanted to know stuff, and I thought that was awesome.
Excuse me. My last example was from Friedrich Vogel, and I also noticed during their brain breaks. we have a lot of similar.
A lot of brain break stuff.
Yeah, lots of brain breaks. I noticed that they were kind of like playing a game with the this or that, and they were like learning about the world. With that, I don't know what I wrote.
Read
1 second.
Find your place.
They were also like exercising with it, so they were staying in shape, but they thought it was a game, so it was kind of like a little trick.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I would have had that when I was in first grade, I would be in a lot better shape than I am now. Personally.
Yes. I feel like we did kind of do that sort of stuff when we were littler, but just with Just Dances. And like after we got done with Just Dance, we were sweating.
Yeah,
we were all out, and like
that third grade classroom was stanky.
It was stanky. It was so bad. But I think that's all that we have for you today at What's in the Oven podcast. This has been Haven Vandenaker
and Berlin Core,
and signing out. Take it out of the oven.
Oh gosh, we're so funny.